Oh man, don't I look good? Yeah. I have been sitting in this chair for the last day and a half. This is Tuesday, Groundhog Day, February 2nd. So, with my court battle with Dr. Brewster in the St. Mary's County Health Department, this has ended up going before a judge. So we had a trial date set for February 1st and 2nd, 2 days set aside for this. When my attorney first told me, 3 weeks ago to set aside 2 days, and he gave me the dates then, I'm like, how can this drag on for 2 days? Well, it has dragged on for 2 days and we're still not finished. Unbelievable. I have to shake my head over this, that Dr. Brewster feels that I am such a threat in the way we are running our business that she, the head of the health department, who is trying to get out 1,000 vaccines a day to the St. Mary's County residents, who has apparently 50 people a day doing these vaccines, whether it's, I don't know if they're volunteers or paid health department employees, I don't know who they are, along with still doing inspections on businesses, still inspecting restaurants, I assume, perk tests, any other health and environmental issues within the county. She's the head of all that, but it's taken 2 days out of her schedule to sit in court and fight this case against Ridge Hardware. That, to me, it doesn't make sense. But it's government, and government doesn't make sense usually. So, hearing yesterday before the judge. It was a Zoom hearing. So I've got the laptop here that we've had the Zoom hearing with, sitting here on the desk. Hearing started yesterday, Monday morning, at 9 o'clock. This was after our snowstorm that we had, so I was out all day on Sunday, plowing snow, spreading salt, all of that, and I'm getting too old for that, and that wears me out. So then, didn't get the rest I needed that day. Started this Zoom hearing before the judge on Monday morning at 9 o'clock. Dr. Brewster has at least 2 attorneys on her side, and actually I think she has different attorneys from the first hearing we had 3 weeks ago, where she wanted a temporary restraining order immediately put against us to close our business, which the judge didn't approve then. He delayed the hearing for 3 weeks. So 2 attorneys for Dr. Brewster. I've got one attorney on the Zoom call representing me. Well, we were on the Zoom court hearing from 9 a.m. until about 4 p.m. yesterday afternoon. So the plaintiffs, it was the plaintiffs' day. They brought in their witnesses, mainly 2 health department inspectors and Dr. Brewster. But one of the things I realized is, if it hadn't have been for the videos that, some of the videos that I have uploaded to YouTube, and the body cam footage from the officers that accompanied the health department employees when they came to my store, the health department, Dr. Brewster, really wouldn't have much evidence against me other than her written reports, which some of those I have shown you are false reports. They submitted a lot of video footage into evidence. Most of it was the body cam footage from the St. Mary's County deputies, but there was 1 or 2 videos from my YouTube channel that were also submitted by her to prove how bad I am, I guess. So when the day finished up, I thought, wow, I am really a bad person. It just, looking at all of that evidence, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm a horrible person. I really should be shut down. I don't care about the community. I don't care about my employees. I'm just out here spreading the virus everywhere and coughing on everybody and blah, blah, blah. And But I felt good after yesterday, and I personally felt like things were going my way if the judge had an open mind, and I believe he does. So we had some snow, freezing rain overnight, so court was delayed this morning. So we thought the other side was finished. I thought the other side had finished up yesterday with their portion of it. Court resumed this morning at 11 o'clock. No, the other side wasn't finished. They had a few more videos to submit, a little bit more evidence to submit. So they took, I don't know, about 45 minutes additional time to submit additional evidence to the court. And then after they finished, the judge says, okay, we're going to take a break based on the attorneys talking to me ahead of time or something to that effect. I thought, oh, I'm not aware of this. So they took a break right before 12 o'clock, and I guess they were trying to negotiate a settlement, so the judge did not have to rule on this. And what that told me is that, number one, the judge doesn't want to rule on this, and number two, it's probably going in my favor. If they want to try to come up with a settlement, because we had already, through my attorney, submitted some compromise solutions to the issue, and they wouldn't accept this, and that's why we went to court over this. So it was probably an hour and a half of back and forth with the attorneys, my attorney calling me, trying to come up with a solution. And I think I'm somewhat in the driver's seat at this point on this case. So there was no solution that came about. They decided to delay the case another week, and in the meantime come up with a solution. It comes down to this. It comes down to the two employees. That has been the issue all along. The two employees that have a medical exemption from wearing a face covering. What to do with it. Dr. Brewster wants me to put those two employees either here in the office or in the stockroom. Well, they can't do their job. There's only so much you can do in the stockroom, so much you can do in the office. She doesn't want those employees anywhere near customers on the sales floor. You know, right now, I ran last week's numbers. Sunday, 73 transactions a day. Monday, 58 transactions. Tuesday, 57. Wednesday, 56. Thursday, 63. Friday, 92. That was in preparation for the snowstorm. Saturday, 139. Again, preparation for the snowstorm we had coming. Those are transactions for the entire day. You average that out. It's less than about 7 transactions per hour. So 7 customers per hour in the store. But I'm a risk, because of the 2 employees out of 5 that cannot wear a face covering. That's what it's all about. Well, I think there's more to it, but I won't get into that. She just doesn't want them anywhere out there. We have made changes. They haven't accepted those changes. So I think this is going in my favor. I'm not sure that I have to give up any more from my side. We'll see. I think the attorneys and Dr. Brewster are supposed to be meeting in my store within the next week to find out if there are other things that I can do to help these 2 employees, keep them away from customers. We've already agreed that when necessary, those 2 employees can pull up a net gator to wait on the customer, for a minute or 2. That's not an issue. They're not even questioning the medical exemption at this point. They have accepted, based on the attorneys talking to these employees, they have accepted that, yes, they have a valid medical reason to not wear a face covering. That part is all settled. The markings on the floor, the signs on the door, that part is all settled. It's the 2 employees and what to do with them. So, the judge probably doesn't want to rule on this, because if it's in my favor, then it sets precedent, I believe, that if this goes against the health department, how does that affect her authority to go to any other businesses at this point and enforce anything? That will undermine her authority. If the judge rules against me, it will make him in the health department look bad that they have shut my business down over a 20-year-old who is my daughter, who cannot wear a face covering, and that I have to stick her in the back room and we can't make any money. So it's both sides could come out of this one way or the other looking horrible. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It's quite interesting. So I may have to start that GoFundMe page to help with these legal expenses. It's not cheap to have an attorney in court with you all day for 8 hours a day, 2 days. Plus, we've got an expert epidemiologist that will testify on my behalf as well. That's not going to be cheap. So. We'll see. I like a good fight, and I think I've picked a good one here. One of the things that was interesting, and they pointed this out in a couple of videos, the other side pointed this out, and I don't know why. I made a comment that I was willing to take $50,000 to fight this, and they pointed that out. They submitted those pieces of the video into evidence of me making the comment, hey, I'm going to fight this. I have $50,000 to fight this case and do what I think is right. I don't know. Or maybe they're going to drag it out and try to take my entire $50,000 in this. I don't know. But okay, that's all I've got to say about that. Okay, Groundhog Day. It's a few snow flurries out there. It's 2 o'clock, 2:30. I'm done in here for the day. I've spent more time in the store the last 2 or 3 days because of this than I normally do. I've got soybeans to sell. I've got a truck to wash off and salt spreader and plow to wash off and get the salt off of there, and I've got other things to do. I can't be sitting here at the hardware store. Okay, until next time, see ya. See ya.